Hey guys, it's Professional Professor. Lately I've been putting a lot of time into Red Dead Redemption 2, and I recently hit level 200. So I thought now would be a good time to show you guys maybe some of the tricks I learned and give you a general guide for the first 100 levels or so in online mode. I'm planning on making more videos in the future that go further in depth on different ranks, roles, and general gameplay, but this is going to be a kind of all-in-one, tip of the iceberg sort of video to start out with. So, without further delay, let's get on with it. Okay, to start I thought we'd do a little overview on my stats, just to kind of give you an idea of what point you'll be at when you hit about level 200. And this obviously isn't going to be exactly the same for everyone, however, you can kind of get a general idea of what's going to happen. So as you can see, I've earned just over $100,000 in cash so far, almost 550 gold bars. I've got almost 15,000 kills, coming up on 1,500 deaths. If you look here, I am level 201. I just got there. My rank progress, you can see the XP difference. And my honor is currently positive. However, I just got it back up from negative. I was at maximum negative for a while. You can see my stats. I have core drain rate negative 125. And that's because I'm underweight, which is the small red symbol at the bottom corner of each square. The first thing I recommend to any new player, if you haven't done it, play story mode. There's a lot that you learn in story mode that will help you out in online, and the learning curve isn't quite as steep when you're playing against NPCs instead of real players. Now, if you've completed story mode, then the first thing I would do in online is try and save up for the Outlaw Pass. I know it's a lot of gold, I believe it's 40 typically, although coming up in October, it sounds like we're going to have a little bit different setup for the Outlaw Pass, so we'll just have to wait and see what comes. However, the Outlaw Pass gives you so many good things that you're just not going to get without it, and if you do it right, you're going to get all your money back too. Typically, if you level up through all 80 levels of the Outlaw Pass, you'll get all 40 gold bars back that it costs, at which point you can then buy your first role and you'll have access to make substantially more money, and you'll also have additional items supplied to you by the Outlaw Pass. The main thing that I would recommend for building up your gold in order to get the Outlaw Pass will be doing the daily challenges. As you can see, there are streaks. When you get on a weekly streak, you can build up the amount of money that you make per challenge. So in your first week you're going to make 0.2 per challenge, but after you hit your 7th day, that will go up to a 1.5 multiplier, which means you're going to make 0.3 per challenge. That continues to go up every week, so if you hit 14 days in a row where you complete at least one daily challenge, you're going to get up to a ×2 multiplier. Same with 21 days to 2.5. Now I know you can't see it, but when you actually hit the 28-day mark, you're going to start receiving a treasure map every day when you complete a daily challenge. The treasure maps typically are going to supply anywhere from $80 to $110, and on top of that, around 1 gold bar. Now once you've gotten your Outlaw Pass, my suggestion would be to start with the trader role. The trader role, in my opinion, is the easiest role to handle. All you have to do is hunt and essentially do a resupply every 25 units. And one of the nicest things about the trader role, in my opinion, is that it all functions right out of your camp. You have a trader table right here, you can access it, donate materials, which means you bring Crips goods from hunting in order to further your trader supplies.
Okay, this'll have to do.
And once you've filled up all your supplies, which once you've maxed out your trader role will be 100 goods,
I don't want to rush
you can
but
sell it for $625 for a long distance or $500 for a short distance. I know those numbers aren't up right now, but that's what they'll get to when we get to 100. The main difference between distant deliveries and local deliveries are that distant deliveries can be attacked by in-game players, which means that other rival traders are going to get a notification that you're in the area and can be sent to take your wagon and turn it in for themselves. The local deliveries essentially take a pay cut in order for a safer route and a shorter delivery time. Personally, I always do the distant delivery it's worth it to me for the extra $125 just to do a few extra miles on the wagon. Once you played as a trader for a little while, you should be building up enough money to invest into another role. After the trader, personally I'd suggest moonshine. However, the collector is also another very viable option. When you start the moonshiner role, you're going to get a moonshine shack. Here at the shack, you can make your moonshine and manage your selling and different recipes from your moonshine table down here.
This batch is perfect. We can ship it whenever you like.
Once you've got a batch ready, you can go in,
So,
look for the
what shall
sell,
we create?
and see if there's a buyer available to pay the price you want. The moonshiner roll is a great way to make some side cash passively while you work on your trader roll. You don't really have to do anything for the moonshiner roll, just pay the mash fee, wait for it to be done, and deliver it. Then you're all good to go. The collector roll is also a pretty passive roll. You're mostly going to make money by wandering around using your metal detector to find different items in the ground. The collector roll is really about collecting different things from around the world that are kind of just scattered and lost. They're valuable items that you will eventually collect into collections and sell to Madame Nazar. The collector roll is a substantial money-making roll. However, in my opinion, if you were to just do the collector roll, it'd be a really boring roll to do. It's one of those that I just pull out the metal detector while I'm riding around doing other stuff. When the opportunity arises, I go find the collectible, pick it up, and continue on with what I was doing. There are two roles left, the bounty hunter and the newest, the naturalist. For me, the bounty hunter was the most exciting, however, also the most disappointing once I actually started playing it. I felt like I essentially spent my whole time just riding around looking for people, and then I'd spend about 10 seconds tying them up, putting them on the horse, and riding all the way back to another town a little ways away. Personally, I felt like the bounty hunter role was a bit of a letdown. The main advantage to doing it though is you can actually earn gold from doing the bounty hunter role, and it is the only role that currently pays out gold. The naturalist is a great option for veteran players who've already spent a lot of time in the other roles and are essentially looking for something new to change it up. The naturalist isn't a huge money making role, however it's very different from the other roles around, and it actually somewhat counteracts the trader role, so it's better for veteran players who actually have a store of cash where they don't need to worry about building up that $600 from the trader as often as they can. There are two sides to the naturalist role, which I don't need to get super in-depth on just yet, but I'll give you the basics of it. Harriet, who's the actual naturalist, is a little crazy. She loves animals, she talks to them, and she hates when you kill them, hence the issue with the trader role. Oh buddy, you shouldn't have done that. In the naturalist role, you'll also meet Gus, who's a trapper. You could bring Gus the skins that Harriet wants you to get samples of and turn them in to make the garments. On the other side of things, Harriet wants you to go get DNA samples of the animals, not kill them, and bring them back to her for research. If you like any of the tips that I leave in the video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. If there's any of these tips you'd like me to go more in depth on, just drop a comment below so I know what you guys want me to make videos about in the future. My first tip for you guys is to check your awards. It's in the progress tab, and you should be able to look in here and you'll start building them up pretty quick. Lots of them you can actually reset for a bonus 0.4 gold bars, and then you can recomplete them in order to make more money in the future. Along those same lines, in the benefits tab, there should be your rewards from Rockstar. This is where you're going to get your bonus 5 gold bars, your 40% offs, your free horses, etc. You're going to want to check this somewhat regularly in case Rockstar's left a surprise for you. Get a fast travel post in your camp as soon as you can. It really makes a huge difference in just day-to-day improvement, and it makes moving around the map a whole lot faster. Get a hunting wagon as soon as you can. If you're having problems with disconnects, it's a great way to save your kills over the disconnect. If you put something on your horse, every time you disconnect you're going to lose it, but if you put it in the hunting wagon, when you come back it'll still be there. You can then bring it to your trader table and turn it in like nothing happened. If you haven't already, go check out your ability card loadout. If you're a new player, you probably only have one card, and it'd be great to add more. Even if they're not the cards you necessarily want, it'd be good to get something in those slots so that you have some sort of additional protection. When you get the opportunity, keep up on your explosive ammo. When it comes down to it and a player is trying to grief you or just attacking you a lot, it's really the best way out, and it's going to be your best defense in general against other online players. In order to craft explosive ammunition and a number of other items, you're going to want to visit the fence. He has multiple different documents that can show you how to craft them, and in order to do it you have to purchase them first. If you're doing the trader missions, only 2 people can ride on the wagon. However, if you're doing moonshine missions, you can actually get 4 people on the wagons. 2 of them can hang on the side. However, the only way to do this is actually ride up with your horse and jump to wagon while someone else is sitting in the seat that you would be jumping to otherwise. If you need to go somewhere and you're going to be away for a little while but you don't want to time out, then a good idea is to open your Wheeler Rawson Club, and you can actually sit in there as long as you want, assuming that your device doesn't turn off, and you should be able to come back still in game. Find some people to play with. It's nice to play on your own sometimes, but you can actually make a good amount of money by playing with other people. On a distant trader cell mission, for example, the posse leader makes $625 and everyone else in the crew makes $312, making a nice substantial sum for just riding along on a wagon for a little while. On moonshine missions, you can make an additional $50 for just being in the posse when the moonshine is delivered. Get headshots. If you haven't been getting headshots in the past, you need to start doing it. It makes fighting substantially easier, makes it go faster, you use less ammo, and you take less damage. On top of that, you're going to get more XP for every kill. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for future content, and until then, I'll see you next time.